Welcome to the Minnesota Association of Realtors e-video resource. My name is Chris Galler. Today's video is on the MARS disclosures and the actual forms that you'll be using when you're providing MARS services. For your assistance, the Minnesota Association of Realtors has prepared the 3 disclosures as MNAR forms, which MNAR members may use. In the event the MARS rule or its interpretation evolves, Minnesota Association of Realtors will make every effort to update the disclosures as necessary. For more detail, or as an easy way to reference the material within both the MARS videos, please refer to the 4-page memo drafted by Minnesota Realtor Legal Counsel Brad Boyd, who is with Thompson & Nybeck. Before reviewing the video further, you may want to print the forms. The General Commercial Communication Disclosure. This is form number 1. The MARS rule defines commercial communication as any written or oral statement, illustration, or depiction, whether in English or in any other language, that is designed to effect a sale or create interest in purchasing any service, plan, or program, whether it appears on or in a labeled package, package insert, radio, television, cable television, brochure, newspaper, magazine, pamphlet, leaflet, circular mailer, book insert, freestanding insert, letter, catalog, poster, chart, billboard, public transit card, point of purchase display, film, slide, audio program transmitted over a telephone system, telemarketing script, on-hold script, upsell script, training material provided to telemarketing firms, program length commercial infomercials, the internet, cellular network, or any other medium. Promotional materials and items and web pages are included in the term commercial communication. The MARS rule further defines the term general commercial communications to mean a commercial communication that occurs prior to the consumer agreeing to permit the provider to seek offers of mortgage assistance relief on behalf of the consumer or otherwise agreeing to use the mortgage assistance relief service, and that is not directed as a specific consumer. Therefore, any advertising of MARS services directed to the general public, such as short sale expertise or short sale services offered by a brokerage, is subject to the General Commercial Communications Disclosure. Simply placing an ad on radio, TV, the internet, or similar general communications when offering more services will require the General Commercial Communications Disclosure. This disclosure must be made prior to engaging any commercial communications with the public about MARS services. The language that must be included in the disclosure is important notice. The name of your broker is not associated with the government, and our service is not approved by the government or your lender. Even if you accept this offer and use our service, your lender may not agree to change your loan. If you stop paying your mortgage, you could lose your home and damage your credit. It is important that all advertising and marketing efforts of MARS services offered by each brokerage company contain this disclosure language as provided by the MARS rule. The second disclosure, consumer-specific commercial communications, by the MARS rule further defines the term consumer-specific commercial communication as a commercial communication that occurs prior to the consumer agreeing to permit the provider to seek offers of mortgage assistance relief on behalf of the consumer, or otherwise agreeing to use the mortgage assistance relief service, and that is directed at a specific consumer. Per the language of the rule, this disclosure is directed at a specific consumer, your client. This disclosure must be made by a broker offering short sale services or arranging short sale services prior to entering any agreement with the consumer. As applied to a real estate transaction with a seller, this disclosure must be made prior to executing a listing, facilitator, and/or MARS services agreement. The language that must be included in the consumer-specific commercial communications disclosure is, you may stop doing business with us at any time. You may accept or reject the offer of mortgage assistance we obtain from your lender or servicer. If you reject the offer, you do not have to pay us. If you accept this offer, you will have to pay us, and you'll need to insert the amount there for calculating it. The name of the brokerage then is inserted. It is not associated with the government, and our service is not approved by the government or by your lender. Please note line number 8. You may stop doing business with us at any time. We'll discuss this on the next slide. The Mars rule further clarifies the phrase, "you will have to pay," to consist of the total amount the consumer must pay, purchase, receive, and use all of the mortgage assistance relief services that are the subject of the sales offer, including but not limited to all fees and charges. Therefore, if the consumer chooses to reject the offer of mortgage assistance services, the consumer is not obligated to pay the fees associated with the Mars services for that particular real estate transaction. Currently, it is our interpretation on line 8, "you may stop doing business with us at any time," that this does not mean the consumer may unilaterally, individually, cancel any listing or facilitator agreement with the broker and avoid the obligations to pay the broker for services which were not Mars services under the terms of said agreement. Lastly, the Mars rule provides that disclosure be made at the time the Mars provider presents the lender or servicer's offer for a short sale, loan modification, or the like to the seller. The language that must be included in the offer from lender disclosure is twofold and included in the form Disclosure for Offer from Lender. A copy of the notice from the lender or servicer containing the terms of the offer must be attached to the offer from lender disclosure. As previously stated, the meaning behind the phrase "you have to pay" and its implications as to payment or non-payment to broker with respect to any listing or facilitator agreement should be clearly communicated to your client. The offer from lender disclosure should notify the client that the communication from the lender or servicer should outline the material terms for approval by the lender of the short sale, loan modification, or the like, and should be attached to the offer terms received from the lender. This disclosure must always be made in a short sale transaction or any transaction where a broker or salesperson provides Mars services prior to presenting your client with the lender's offer. We thank you for tuning in today. We hope that both of the videos, an explanation of Mars and this one detailing the forms, are helpful. If you have questions, please see your broker. If you're a broker, please seek legal counsel. We hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in.